Hello, everybody. So, I have come to the realization that the world is losing its crap, okay? And how I came up with this is I realized that the EU is actually like more unified than I thought they were. And what I mean by that is the world technically has like five superpowers: the EU, Russia, America, China, and India. And then there's Africa that's developing. And there's the Middle East that is split apart. So I've just like come under the realization that the EU is technically the United States just with 27 countries instead of 50 states. And along with that realization comes a whole slew of things. Like realizing that Ursula, who we're about to listen to, is technically a president. She's able to make tariffs, she's able to make diplomacies, she's able to talk amongst these countries and have them initialize and want war or do war or complete war objectives on her behalf. She's essentially a president. And knowing that, you start to realize these relationships with Canada and Greenland is essentially Europe wanting to drop off more immigrants in the North American hemisphere just because they can. I don't know if the Canadian people really want that. Why would the Canadians want more of what they've been getting? That's why everything is so bad. We do this diplomacy with European allies who don't even know how to keep their population in check. So let's watch this. It's going to be interesting as we realize how much the world depends on America.
Is clearly structured that we should have joint procurement and buy more European. And here, the European content is important. We want, for example, that the majority parts of the content is European. 65% should be.
They want it all to be European.
We are very clear that, of course, this concerns companies that are in the European Union. This does not have to be a European-owned company, but a company that is headquartered with its subsidiaries in the European Union. We also include, of course, in our thoughts all these like-minded countries from Canada to the UK, to Norway, for example, who are, of course, included. So
they're just saying that they want to enhance European products, and they want to do so with the Canadian market, you know, those 40 million people, and they want to incorporate the UK because, you know, the UK left with Brexit, so they have this opening area of opportunity. And actually, it's not really opportunity, it's like a needed desire. They need us or somebody to drop off their influx of people. You have too many people, you gotta feed too many people, you don't have the land to support these people. You're in a weird situation, aren't you? Sounds like you're in a weird position. So knowing that, why is Canada doing deals with the Europeans when they have America who is on the same continent as them? Is it even Europe anymore? What is this? What is this?
In defense investment. We need a return on investment in Europe.
So they are saying that they want to spend all this money, but they have to have a return on investment. And what that is technically going to mean is that they're going to send their immigrants that they've been collecting over the years, they're going to send all those people to Canada. So you want all these random immigrants from wherever Europe got these immigrants, you're okay with them dropping them off, but you have a problem being American? What even is this? It's not even a question. It's just kind of obvious what the right answer is, but whatever.
Investment means good jobs created in Europe and research and development done in Europe.
All done in Europe. They don't care about Canada. They don't care about Canada at all. So I don't understand how Canada is going to live off, like 75% of their economy is living off of America. And they're like, oh, I'm going to go join the European Union. Why? Why? So you can develop European jobs? So you can develop European technology on European land to improve Europe? That's what's wrong here. That's what's wrong. That's the problem. And Canada is up for sale. Canada's like, oh, I'm going to join the European countries. Bye. No, that is not how it's going to work. Europe needs to get their crap together. They need to figure out if they want to be a part of North America or Asia, because Europe isn't really, it's not a separate continent. Okay. Europe is essentially the United States cut in half. They barely got the people. They got a lot of money. Because why? Oh, they've been keeping America and Canada from using their resources that are on their land. And they've been collecting all the benefit. That's why Europe is so rich. And France wouldn't exist without America's help. What is going on? France wants their Statue of Liberty back because we liberated them. They wouldn't be here. And they want their statue back. I just find it really insulting. I find it insulting that they wouldn't exist without us. And then they're like, oh, We want to control the northern hemisphere still. No.
I'd rather deal with a liberal than a
for China closer to Canada, and that would really put us in a bind.
The conservative that's running is stupidly no friend of mine. I don't know him, but he said negative things. So when he says negative things, I couldn't care less. I think it's easier to deal actually with a liberal.
And it might be. It might actually be. And him wanting Pierre not to win is actually very strategic. It's extremely strategic because I am Democrat leaning. I am not a Democrat, but I definitely have liberal values and I like Pierre. I totally do. But where I'm different is that I want a protected southern border. I don't want an influx of immigrants flooding our demographics. But I'm also different in the fact that I think everybody should be allowed to vote. In America, we're the strongest country. We impact every other country on the planet. I think everybody else deserves a vote in America. Sorry I said it. Sorry that we affect people, and I feel like people should have a say on their lives. But I also understand that Canada is an open sore ready to be taken advantage of. And I also understand that the Civil War happened because we wanted separation from UK. We wanted separation from the European side of us. We wanted that. And now we're about to watch as Canada accepts a greedy deal with the European Union to what? Further screw us in the future? The Europeans need to stay in Europe, whatever that is, okay? Scientists and researchers alike have been paid to have a narrative that Europe is a separate continent, that Europe is its own entity, when in fact it's a bunch of separate countries that are all very greedy with keeping their heritage the way it is. But they want America to be a melting pot, so why? We just keep taking immigrants? Is that why that narrative is fed to us? I just find it very intriguing. Europe's running around now saying European first, European products first, European this, European that. Where is your inclusion? Where is it? You had a strong narrative, you have a strong immigration policy where you're accepting all these immigrants, and now you want to take a special deal with Canada and drop off all these people on our rock. The rock that we ripped away from you and we wanted to be separate from. But yet our taxes are still sky high. We're still paying taxes. And we go around the world and protect the people that we got our independence from? How does that make sense? How does any of this make sense? Canada would rather be owned by the EU, which is a union, which is what the United States is as well. They're being picky. They're cherry picking what union they want to be a part of. They rely on America. It should be America. Point blank. Sorry, I said it and I meant it. But if Canada is going to be up for sale, why would it go to the European Union, which I assume has something to do with the other 25% of Canada's exports in their GDP? I understand that. Maybe that's where that number is. But 25%? 75%. Who has a better claim here? Who has a better claim to the land? Obviously, Canada is up for sale. They're panicking. Canada's, I think it's like their dollar is, the equivalent to the dollar is 63 cents right now. They're crashing. Yeah. Is it implemented and it's designed by this guy? Yeah, it is. He didn't really create this mess. He's just exposing it to everybody. You want to know why your house and your rent prices keep going up? Probably something to do with Canada's lumber taxes. Probably something to do with EU's regulation. Probably has to do something with all the carbon taxes we're implementing on companies. This is where I'm different. This is where I'm saying, I'm acknowledging this is why housing and rent is so expensive. It's because of these immigration policies. Is the way we're doing things sustainable, however? No, they're not. They are not. You cannot have a Texas-sized amount of land needed for cows to feed all of America because we need to eat meat. I'm a vegan. I don't see how this is sustainable. In order for this to be sustainable in the year of 2100, 70 years from now, in order for this to be sustainable, we need another Texas-sized amount of land to put all these cattle. It's a never-ending cycle. You constantly need thousands and thousands, millions and millions of acres to keep our population continuing the way it is. These cows, their bioproducts that they excrete, like methane, CO2, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, guess what? Animals used to roam this planet. They did. A lot more of them than the cattle that we are going to produce, okay? but we're going around destroying the ecosystem. Okay, yeah, there were thousands and millions of birds and cattle-like animals running around in America, deer. It was crazy, right? They had an ecosystem to take in those resources, to break it down. What did we do? We came here and destroyed the land, took all the trees, made all these products, and we let it erode away. We destroyed the land. We did all of that. There's a fact. There's a fact, and there's fiction. Okay? Look up what's going on, make a conclusion. There can be one truth and thousands of ways to say it, and then it's wrong. Just stay truthful to yourself. Know what's right, know what's wrong, know what's going on, but the fact that we need all of this land to keep all of this population going, when we have Republicans pushing the narrative, we need more babies, we need more people. Why? Because China has 1.5 billion people and works them into the dirt, and you're scared of them. Maybe we shouldn't have military bases right off their shoreline in Taiwan. Maybe we shouldn't mess with them. Maybe we shouldn't take their land and split it up. There's just a lot of things in this world that are wrong. But it doesn't all come from European unions and Chinese losing their territory or gaining territory or whatever it might be. The humanity, humans, we've done a lot. And we just keep going, dude. We just keep going. Just keep going. But yeah, the Europeans want to drop off more immigrants, dude, in Canada. And Canada is blindly going to accept that because they're scared of Trump. And Trump obviously just needs the land because we got a lot of people and we got a lot of cows and we need land for our cows. And Canada has that land. So yeah, these next couple of years are going to be interesting. It's either the Europeans are moving over here or America takes the land that a lot of it used to be ours in British Columbia. It has American heritage. It doesn't have European heritage, and I don't know why we would be okay with the Europeans dropping off people in our country. Why? Why? That's not okay. The Europeans need to stop accepting so many people if they can't handle them. Okay? Sorry. If international law is the reason you're doing it, maybe there's a problem with international law. Maybe it needs to be readjusted, reevaluated, fixed a little because it's not working. Goodbye.